Hi, everyone. It's the penultimate weekend of the Santa Anita Winter Spring Meet. The meet closes next Sunday, a whole slew of stakes races next Sunday. But this weekend, we're going to look at a pair of sprint stakes for Calbreds, older, that's the Thor's Echo, and also the Angel's Flight for 3-year-old fillies. That will be in the second segment. But first up is the Thor's Echo Stakes, and this race is named in honor of the 2006 champion sprinter, a son of Swiss Yodeler, trained by Doug O'Neill. Let's go back in time, 14 years to the 2006 Breeders' Cup Sprint. And Thor's Echo, shipping in from California off a runner-up finish in the Grade 1 Ancient title, he went to post at 15-1, Thor's Echo did. And under jockey Corey Nakatani, all Thor's Echo did was make a mockery of the field. You don't see many four-length victories in the Breeders' Cup Sprint, but that's exactly what Thor's Echo did. He earned a 116 Beyer speed figure winning the 2006 Breeders' Cup Sprint. He would come right back in his next start and win the DeFrancis Dash at Laurel and was named champion sprinter. So this race, the Thor's Echo Stakes on Saturday at Santa Anita, is named in honor of this son of Swiss Yodeler. And Thor's Echo, by the way, the only millionaire sired by Swiss Yodeler. So it's cool to see a race named in honor of the 2006 champion sprinter. Let's take a look at the field that will be running 6 furlongs on Saturday in the Thor's Echo, a field of 6. You might recognize a couple of those names, including the horse down on the inside. That's Desert Law, the 6-5 favorite, despite the fact that he has not started since July of last summer. But Desert Law, he's the class of the field. He's probably the standout of the field. He's the 6-5 favorite, trained by Carla Gaines. Gaines also entered number 2 Tiger Dad up in class off a runner-up finish in a 2 other than. Oliver is a stakes winner that appears to be off form, loudmouth, the longest shot in the field, tough to really make a case for. And Principe Carlo, who is sharp right now and has all kinds of speed. But the race revolves around the favorite down on the inside, and that is Desert Law. The fact of the matter is, he won this very race 1 year ago, Desert Law did, the 2019 Thor's Echo Stakes, June 15th at Santa Anita. And not only did he win it, he did something similar to Thor's Echo. He crushed the field. This is in the Thor's Echo Stakes 1 year ago, 2019, and Desert Law under Rafael Bejarano, the 8-5 favorite, scored a career best victory. He won by more than 6 lengths. He earned a 100 Beyer speed figure, and that was a return to form for Desert Law. Desert Law would come back in his very next start in the Grade 1 Bing Crosby Stakes down at Del Mar and give Sistron all he could handle in the Bing Crosby. Sistron won the race, but Desert Law finished a creditable second. And owner-breeder John Harris and trainer Carla Gaines were both thinking that they had a Breeders' Cup horse in Desert Law, and they were pointing Desert Law for the Breeders' Cup Sprint, going to try to turn the tables on Sistron, who ended up not making the Breeders' Cup. But 3 works into his post-Bing Crosby effort, Desert Law came up lame in the hind end, and they had to stop on him. He was 5 years old last year. They had to stop on him. They gave him all kinds of time. Desert Law making his comeback on Saturday in the Thor's Echo, and he is training like a horse that will fire first start back, which would be something new because historically through his career, Desert Law is a horse that runs better second start back from a layoff rather than firing first start off the bench. And Carla Gaines didn't say this, but I believe they are still looking ahead toward a summer campaign with Desert Law. He's training like a horse that will fire big first start back, and anything that Flavien Prat gets on these days, you have to take a second look at. Pratt has been aboard this guy in the mornings. He's training super. He should fire first start back. I'm not sure that 6-5 is really the right price to take. And if you want to try to get creative, well, there's a speed horse in the race by the name of Principe Carlo. And 2 starts back, Principe Carlo in a Calbred one other than optional claimer. Let's go ahead and take a look and see what Principe Carlo did. This is coming in off a layoff, and his previous trainer, Marcelo Polanco, risked him for a tag that day. He was coming in off a layoff. His recent races were just okay, but Principe Carlo ran off the screen here. He won by more than 5 lengths. He earned a career best Beyer speed figure, and trainer Ryan Hansen reached in and grabbed him for $20,000 from that Calbred win. And Principe Carlo came back in his very next start to defeat Open Company. Now, his Beyer speed figure tumbled from a 93 down to an 84, but he defeated Open Allowance Company last time out, one other than Allowance Company. The runner-up from that race, a horse by the name of Desmond, came back to win his next start. And now Principe Carlo is coming in off a brief layoff, the type of layoff that led to his career best performance 2 starts back. Principe Carlo is drawn outside. He has speed. If you want to get creative, and it's tough to get creative in a 5-horse field, maybe the front runner Principe Carlo is the right horse. Small fields typically do not lend themselves to attractive wagering opportunities. Since racing resumed May 15th, we have had 12 races at Santa Anita with 5 starters or fewer. 6 of those races have been won by the betting favorite. However, 3 of the 5-horse fields have been won by long shots that paid 17, 22, and 35. So it's not completely impossible for a long shot to win a 5-horse field. It's just not typically expected. Favorites have won 6 of 12. I expect Desert Law to win the Thor's Echo. So does track line maker John White. He made Desert Law. Thor's Echo would be tough in this race, I think. Desert Law is the 6-5 favorite to win the Thor's Echo, and I think bettors are going to concur. I expect him to win first start back. This is not an original opinion. If you want to get creative and take a shot, maybe Gaines' other horse, Tiger Dad, or the speedster, Principe Carlo. But the Thor's Echo Stakes, race 6 on Saturday at Santa Anita, it goes through the program favorite. His name is Desert Law.